Hola, I'm here to do a car with the technique that is like a blind and is changeable. This car was a little bit like a Cardtasthrophe, more like it because I didn't plan it too well and the figures get in places where they don't supposed to be. But the idea of making this video is to show you how you can do this, and maybe you can figure it out better or an easy way to make it and letting me know. This is my second car like this, and every time I make one, and I'm not changing the measurements or anything, but I'm trying to make it a little bit simpler, to make it faster, not too complicated to make. As you see here, I fold in the car panel that is going to be the outside of the car that measure 7.5 by 6 inches. And when you fold the inside, you fold in half an inch, 5/8 of an inch, and 7/8 of an inch. I explained this in the first video, and very well in the first video that I made. Anyway, I'm going to put the blueprints, let's say that way, in my blog. As you see here, I'm coloring with my distress inks, and this, it can be my first mistake because I should put everything grass, but I want to complicate myself doing grass and the sky. And when I stamp the Easter eggs, one of the Easter eggs look like it's flying in the sky with nothing holding it. I cut these strips. They are let me see, this is the inside panel that is 1 1/4 inch. Measure each one, and they are 5 3/8 long, and the panel inside is 1.5 inch, and the width is 4 7/8 of an inch. I stamping the eggs and taping them up, and for the inside panel, to stamp the inside panel, I'm going to measure that the panel go inside the outside panel, and they stop right in the edge of each panel. I don't know if I explain myself good, but I'm trying. I cut post-it tape to cover all the stamp images because I'm going to use my distress ink to add color to everywhere in the car. I'm doing this with all the pieces. Okay, when I finish stamping, I disassemble the stripes. I'm going to start coloring. I color the panel the same way I color the car panel outside, with my distress ink. I'm going to do the sky, and I'm going to do the grass. Same process. For the stamps, I'm going to use my copy markers. I'm showing here the hex chart that I get from Sandy Alnock, I think is the right name. It's not, I'm sorry. It's amazing because it gives you reference between colors, and it's very easy to use and very fast to pick colors. Love it. As you see here, I'm coloring all the pieces with my copy markers. And after that, I'm going to put them in order. As you see there, you can see the flying egg. It maybe can be the chick is so strong that he took the egg in the air, but that was a mistake. I should put the eggs in the grass behind another figure, or plan the car beforehand better. But the deal here is more the process than what is standard. Anyway, if you overpass that, it look good. As you see here, I'm going to do the same thing with the car, but in the front of the car, not in the back that I did before. In the front of the car, I'm going to start putting the pieces, matching the figures, and tape them down with post-it tape. When I finish to doing this, I'm going to glue, make this, that is the pulling mechanism, and it's going to be 2.5 inch by 5, and I fold it in the inch and half, and I'm going to fold the half inside and glue it down, and I'm going to glue this to the panel we just made. Before that, I'm going to open a hole in the bottom of the car panel that is going to the pulling mechanism is going to go through that. I do this with a circle die cut, cutting just the half of it. As you see here, I'm just gluing the part in the bottom of each panel, and after it's very well glued, I wait for several minutes. I'm going to take the deposit tape out and put it inside my car. I don't want the pieces to move, but I'm going to glue this to the main car, let's say that way. As you see here, I'm gluing everything, and then I'm going to add glue just in the borders, because remember, this panel move. After I do that, I press very well, wait for a little bit while I'm doing the panel that go inside the pulley mechanism. This piece of paper is going inside the pulley mechanism to give them like a guide, and I'm going to glue in the top of the car. You will see that a little bit later in the video. Now I'm taking my post-it tape to move my car to see if it works good. As you see, if I pull, the image come through and it looks fine. Now I can glue the guide for the pulling mechanism, and I glue in the bottom of my car a stopper, because if you pull too much, the paddles come out. I put a stopper. I made this car that the measurements are 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. That's the size of the final panel, and I'm going to glue it with my silicone glue because it's a very thick card, and I tried several times to see it works, and it works fine. Now I'm going to decorate the pulling mechanism, adding a piece that is measured 1 inch by 3 inches, 4.5, gluing in the front and in the back. And I'm going to do some final details like the buds from the flowers, because I didn't stamp the whole flower in the front panel. And as you see there, I stamped a blue tiny egg that when you pull the card is going to be transform the flowers in full flowers and the blue egg in a blue chic. I'm adding some details with my white gel pen, and try again the card to see it's no jam or anything. And finally I'm going to stamp the sentiment. The sentiment, you can add another panel and the sentiment can appear and disappear if you want, but in this time I added in the front of the card. Well, thank you for watching this video. Until next card. Goodbye.